It was a rainy afternoon when Isabella Hart walked into a small coffee shop she had never noticed before. The air smelled of fresh coffee and old books. At the corner table sat a man with deep brown eyes and a sketchpad in his hands. His name was Ethan Cole. Their eyes met for just a moment, and the world seemed to hold its breath. Ethan was a quiet and gifted artist who rarely noticed strangers. But there was something about Bella that caught his attention. Without thinking, he began to sketch her. She did not know, and he did not know that this moment would change his life forever. Bella was a writer, warm, hopeful, and always searching for stories that touched the heart. A week later, fate stepped in. Her editor assigned her to interview a reclusive painter. When she arrived, it was him, Ethan. At first, Ethan spoke very little. He kept his walls high and his eyes guarded. But Bella saw pain in his silence, the kind of pain that comes from love lost. One evening, under the dim light of his studio, Ethan told her about Emily, the woman he once loved, the woman he lost in an accident. Since that day, he had buried his heart, afraid to love again. Days later, Bella found a box of letters in his studio. Letters he had written to Emily but never sent. Every word was soaked in love and in grief. For the first time, Bella understood the weight he carried. She decided to bring him back to life. A trip to a small art fair brought laughter to his lips for the first time in years. Slowly, Bella began to fall for him. But someone else's heart was also in the shadows. Michael, Ethan's childhood friend, had been silently in love with Bella for years. As he watched her slip away into Ethan's world, jealousy began to grow. One night, a cruel misunderstanding drove Bella away. Words were left unspoken. Ethan stood in the rain as she walked away, his hands trembling, but he said nothing. Weeks later, a package arrived at Bella's door. Inside was a painting of her face, sketched with such tenderness it made her cry. In the corner were the words, "If I still know how to love, it is because of you. Give me one last chance." She went to him. They spoke with open hearts. And when Ethan kissed her for the first time, the ghosts of the past began to fade. Months later, Ethan painted their love story on a giant canvas. He proposed under the same rain that once brought them together. Bella said yes. On their wedding day, Michael returned. Not to fight for her, but to thank Ethan for making her happy. As the rain fell outside, Ethan took Bella's hand and whispered, "I will never let fear steal love from me again. Love does not erase the past, but when two hearts choose to fight for each other, even the deepest scars can become something beautiful. Sometimes, when the heart remembers, it loves even stronger."